53 minutes out from the Kachina Peaks Wilderness Trailhead, and we're kind of racing against time right now. We get there at 6:44 and the sun sets at 6:50, so we'll have to get there, prepare our bags, and then find a spot to camp at, because we want to go a little bit further away from the parking lot. So we'll see how it goes, but we're definitely tight on time right now. Look at the view. We got loaded up on food here. I'll show you a sneak peek in a little bit. So we're getting real close to our trailhead. You can see the mountains there, or the mountain there. You can see the mountains better in view now, and it's starting to get a little chillier too. It's gonna get as low as 30 degrees tonight, so it might freeze. On a sick little home right here. Just in the middle of nowhere. We are 10 minutes out from the trailhead. The sun is setting very rapidly, but look how beautiful it is. These perfect alpine trees, gorgeous. It's very beautiful. I think we're coming to terms that we're probably going to be setting camp in the darkness. So we'll be fighting the cold and the darkness, but I think part of the reason we came here was for adventure, so that's what we're here for. Finally made it to the trailhead. Look, it's cold as hell. It's getting dark, but quite beautiful. Look. Alright, we have now officially finished packing, and we're about to leave our car and take off into the darkness. This shit heavy as hell. We got a ton of water. And this food is about to smack. We looked around a couple different spots, but this is a really nice clearing, you can see. So I think we're gonna set up camp here. But look at this perfect little clearing. You look up. It's hard to see right now, but the stars are going crazy, and these trees are like perfectly in a circle almost for us to see the stars. But we're about to set up and set up camp for the night. I wish you guys could see how dark it is, but alone this would be incredibly spooky. But now we're, like I said, about to set up camp, eat some food, hopefully make a fire and chill for the night.
Wipes and toilet paper.
Finally set up tent over here. Got some more stuff out here, and then most of our stuff is inside. Got the Modelo's. Had to get the chips. Some cheesy garlic bread with marinara and ranch. And then a sub each. It's about to be a good night.
Stop. I already know this shit's unflattering as hell.
Alright, we just ate, and it was insanely cold. I got this, I asked Thomas to get these messy subs, and that was a terrible idea because one, they were extremely messy to eat, and we didn't pack any napkins or paper towels, and two, it's super cold and windy, so the sauce from the sub just gets over your hand and it instantly like makes your hands like freeze, and so it was a struggle to even eat it. It tasted good for a few bites, but then it was torture to eat. So we just downed it. I didn't finish mine, so we just dug a hole and buried it along with our other trash. And then we put the rest of our food in a bear bag Thomas brought, tied it in a spot nearby up in a tree. And now we finally just changed into our sleeping set of clothes. I swapped socks, underwear, everything, so I feel pretty nice and clean right now. Brushed our teeth. So now it's, what time is it right now? 9:48 p.m. So I'm probably gonna browse the phone a little bit, read a book, chill, get ready for bed. And here's a tour of the tent. I have my backpack down here. I have this jacket out in case I get cold at night. Let me zoom out a little. And then Thomas right next to me. He's like a 2-man tent, so it's not super spacious, but enough for us to put our stuff out. So we just got up. It is, what time is it, Thomas? It's right around 8 o'clock. We've been up for a little bit, but just warming up our clothes and getting the place tidy. We just cleared out our tent, and then we're gonna brush our teeth, eat a little bit, get a move on. But overall, it was a pretty decent night. Obviously not the best quality sleep I've ever gotten, but I think for outdoors camping standards, it was pretty decent. I had like 2 long stretches of sleep where I even I think I dreamed twice. So, you know, I slept pretty decent. Had to pee one time. It was fairly easy to get out of here. The tent is like decently spacious. But yeah, we're gonna brush our teeth, eat a little bit, and move on. We just spotted a massive bear. You ready? Got his ass. Thomas has a biscuits and sausage gravy. I got a homestyle chicken and rice. Just a little stove here. Are you ready? Yeah.
You are not ready, bro.
You think you threw it out immediately?
Huh? Yeah.
Why did you stir yours up then?
Because I was doing it for you. You have to stir it up and then close the bag back up.
Alright. I'll show you the end result. Alright, so we have food cooked up. I have homestyle chicken and rice in a creamy sauce, and it's actually pretty decent. Like, it's, I don't know if you can see well in there. You got some carrots, some chicken. It's salted pretty decent. Has a creamy texture. Thomas has let me zoom in on your thing. Biscuits and sausage gravy that's actually quite decent as well. And then Thomas brought some powdered Viet coffee. Let me see if I can show you me drinking. But we just passed by some hikers here because we're pretty close to the trail. So once we finish eating, maybe do a little quick meditation, we're gonna head out. I just found a little clearing here. About to take a shit. Hopefully there's no trail here where people can see. Alright, we are about maybe 10-15 minutes from our original campsite deep in the Alpine forest. And then let me give you a sense of how big this backpack is. But it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you yours.
But I had to pull this out. He has a pretty tough setup since he has to carry all the stuff on the straps.
It's just bulky.
Yeah, hold on, but let me show them the Stratos. It's a pretty sick backpack, you see? The suspension is... There's like... Go ahead. No, you first. I was gonna say, you guys know my back sweats and gets smelly if it gets damp. So as you see that space, it takes all that direct contact off my mid-lower back. So I think that'll help with the sweat and the smell. And I have merino wool, which is nice. Yeah, there's no contact, and also, like, not only does his backpack won't get wet, but also it'll dry his back off too. So it's show him the twofold. It's probably better seen on yours. But look at the backpacking design. There's these straps like right over your hip bones, so it pulls a lot of that weight off your shoulder. Like, it's still on your shoulder, but it offsets a lot of this. Because if we didn't have this, and it's just on the shoulder, this would be...
It'd be hell.
Yeah, it'd be insanely heavy. Alright. We're a decent bit into our first camp, or our first hike. We found this little clearing. It's pretty flat. Maybe a potential option for setting up camp later. It's like right off the trail though, but this would be nice for a little morning coffee, and then you can see the view here. But we're gonna keep going, we still have a long way to go. All right, this is not far from the last video, but we found a little nice vantage point that you can see kind of pretty nicely where we are on the mountain. So we're kind of probably not halfway through, but you can see the slope upwards. And there's I think, what is it called, Humphrey Peak? Damn, never mind, that's far as hell.
Yeah, you don't make it.
But we just finished a photo shoot here. We're taking a little pit stop here to catch our breaths. We just finished our first gallon of water. Thomas spilled some water on himself and my back's a little sweaty. So we're taking a little bit of time to chill and let our clothes dry and then resume. Alright, we are just checking in again, about 2 miles from our original place. You see a little butterfly. The trail is like 5 miles total. It's 12 o'clock. We wanted to set up base targeting maybe like somewhere between 4 or 5. So we can just sit, chill, read, talk. So if we see any other like super nice camp spots, we may set up camp there. But we found one back there that's super nice with a really nice like clearing for the stars. Really nice view of the peak. So we can keep walking. So I think it checks all the boxes, but it's still, that one's pretty early in the trail. So we'll see where this takes us. But all right, I'll check in a little bit. Encountered some prints. So there's a chance we have mountain lion for dinner. Just kidding, it's probably a big dog. But there's a whole bunch of them here. And you can see the claw marks are pretty big. So hopefully we encounter a bear or something. That would take this trip to a whole different level. Thomas is taking his video, but we are like 2-point-something miles up. There's we're on like a steady uphill part of the trail. So we're gonna finish that and then take a little snack break. But look at this open landscape. I saw a video of these guys frolicking in Switzerland. This is not Switzerland, but I think I may have to frolic here real quick. Bear. Oh, we just finished a pretty hard segment. A very hard segment, actually. I was getting borderline lightheaded. But we found a little clearing. Maybe a little clearing. We're sitting out in the sun because it's a little cold. We're gonna go under this tree initially, but it's a little cold. So we're just gonna chill here, snack a little bit, and then game plan whether we're gonna continue or head back. We snacked a little bit. Thomas brought these brown butter cookies. They're pretty decent. This hot honey Snyder's, which is aight. And then these dried figs, which are actually hitting the spot. All right, we just finished eating our little lunch slash snack. We decided that camp spot we found earlier when we started our hike is probably our best bet. And that's a solid handful of miles away. So instead of going forward, I think we're just gonna head back, and that'll put us closer to the trailhead for tomorrow too, when we leave here. So this is pretty much as far as we're gonna go. And then we'll meet you back at the campsite. All right, we just fought our way back tooth and nail to get back to our campsite. There's a little clearing here on the side of a cliff with you can see the peak of the mountain right there. And then you look above, it's a pretty nice clearing. But that was among the hardest, if not the hardest, treks I've done. Extremely gas with a up and down incline, and then this bag which we need to measure when we get home. This shit was tiring. I had to dig real deep that last stretch. We're gonna set up camp, chill for a little bit, warm up, let our clothes dry off, and then set up a fire and chill for the night. So we ran into an issue where we want to not be in the way of this tree if there's any wind, so we picked this spot that's kind of blocked by these rocks, because this spot over here is not too bad. But the issue with this spot is it was kind of like at an incline like this and like this, so we laid in there. It's kind of uncomfortable, but there was no better spot, so we had to use this and like plowed up the entire area, and now we're just smoothing it out to make it a little more straight and comfortable. And then once that's done, we're gonna put the tent back over here and then see how it feels. So this shovel is coming in handy today. So interim update is we flattened out this entire patch of land to make it pretty flat. It's not perfect, but flat enough. And then I think I already showed you guys that we collected this firewood. Thomas set up this fireplace that we just lit with Vaseline soaked cotton balls in the middle, made a little teepee and surrounded it with larger wood. And as it eats up this wood, we're just gonna feed it more wood here. And there's so much dry wood all around, I don't think it'll be a problem. But it's still fairly early right now, it's 4:50, but it's getting cold, we're getting hungry. I think it's perfect time to set a fire, chill a little bit, and start getting ready for dinner.
The brush of clothing against your skin. Feel the surface on which you sit and how your body presses into it.
Wait, show the layers.
I dropped the cheese! You made me drop the cheese.
Alright, put the shit in your mouth.
Holy fuck.
What kind of sausage is this?
Fuck, I lost the wrapper. Forgot.
This is some sort of sausage.
Some type of smoked summer sausage.
Yeah, some sort of smoked summer sausage with some, what is that, white cheddar?
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm trying to get to focus. And then we got a date on top. Just smoking it, get a little crispy, get a little sizzle, and then pop it in the mouth with the cracker.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. You guys have got to see the sizzle on this sausage. Give it a little rotisserie in the fire, and then witness the magic. Oh shoot, there's not much of the sizzle. But look at it crispy up. Alright, so we are the next morning now. Got a pretty decent night of sleep. But now we're wrapping up and then packing our stuff away and then heading back down to the trailhead to back to Thomas's apartment. We just saw a deer somewhere back here. We lost it now. We're hoping to see a large animal. We're hoping for a predator.
I see that. Oh, it's moving down the mountain that way.
But at least we got a large animal before we left. Alright, we just finished our trek back to the parking lot. The car is there. It was a decent walk. Over a mile. I'm pretty tired.
1.5 miles.
Yeah, 1.5 miles. But all in all, very good trip. Very beautiful scenery. It was a nice escape from society. So now we're headed back to the car. Gonna head back to Mesa.